Hello and welcome back to another episode of OK Let's Walk. My name's Connor and behind the camera is my wonderful wife Katie. And here's what to expect on this episode.
We spent 3 days in the New Zealand backcountry, camping by the river in our new ultralight tent, checking out a few huts along the way, including the second oldest one in these mountains, where we have no choice but to stay the night. I try my luck at a bit of trout fishing, and finally I get viciously attacked by my dog.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of OK Let's Walk. We're in the absolutely stunning Tararua Ranges this time. We've got 3 days in here and we've just done the first 300 metres ascent. There's a lot of people down in that car park that I didn't realise were going to be there. It is absolutely chock full. There's probably at least 50 cars there and each one having 2 or 3 people, lots of families. So a very popular spot. We're on our way now to Cone Hut and Mouse is needing a little bit of a break apparently. Her boy never stops, so we're absolutely enjoying this. We've been looking forward to this one. This is post-surgery for Katie, so we're going nice and slow and easy, and yeah, absolutely killing it. So we'll carry on. Okay, let's walk.
Like I mentioned, this first part of the track is very steep, climbing around 300 metres before it flattens off a bit, where the going gets a little easier and you can appreciate the nature more.
These little plants here, Mouse, don't go. He's not destroying anything, don't worry. And yes, you are allowed dogs here in the Tararua Ranges, as I said in my last video. Again, still surprised you're allowed them in there. But once he's avian trained, we can take him into other mountain ranges. These little plants here, absolutely no idea what they're called, but they've always reminded me of Shrek's little ears. There's heaps of them around here too, so yeah, absolutely lovely bush. So lush and full of life, so. Yeah. Hey buddy.
So the track we're on today is an easy to medium difficulty, as this first part in the red here is steep and technical, but well marked. Then this part here marked in the green is super easy and flat. Then finally, the track down is steep and technical, but overall not too bad. This is a really good track that I'd recommend to all levels of trampers. The only negative thing I really have to say about it is that there aren't really many views along the track, as it's all thick bush. However, it was a thumping hot day, so the shade that the trees provided was most definitely welcome for us gingers. And yes, that includes our dog Mouse, who was loving every moment of this tramp.
For those who are wondering what's in here, it's just got a bunch of little treats for Mouse, but more importantly, gummy bears for us. Keep you going, nice little light snack as you go, bit of sugar, keep you going. Mouse. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Right, so after a pretty long walk, we have arrived here at Cone Hut. Mouse is doing awesome. He got a little bit tired towards the end, but unfortunately this is actually not our place for the night. We are gonna go tenting slightly further down on the river. So, just having a quick break. Mouse has just had a quick bite to eat, and then we'll continue down to the river. But for now, here's the hut review.
Cone Hut is nestled in a small clearing with a picnic table and woodshed outside. While facing the hut, go right to find the long drop with amazing ventilation. Heading inside the hut now, we have a sleeping platform with 5 mattresses, a cozy open fire and a small cone, a little bit of bench space, and an 8-point stag skull, a poker set and a haunted Thomas the Tank Engine blanket. So that is Cone Hut. However, we wouldn't be staying here tonight, so we put our packs back on and headed off to find a camp spot for the night.
So basically what we're looking for is something close to the water, nice flat grass area where we can pitch the tent, and somewhere nice and sheltered. Basically just a nice flat grassy area next to the river would be perfect. Though this here looks like the perfect place to pitch your tent, unfortunately it's not the best idea, as got this sign here, so we're going to continue a little bit further on. We've got a couple people over here setting up tents, so we'll give them a bit of space, and surely there'll be another good spot for us. Right, so we've found a perfect campsite just over there, but it's across the river. But I've just seen up here quite a few more rocks, and it should be crossable, so it might be a little bit of wet feet before dinner, but I think that's worth it, absolutely. So let's give this a go. What do you reckon, Mouse? Does this sound like a plan? Right, so we've found a spot here. This is where we feel the safest to cross. This is Katie's first ever proper river crossing, apart from like these little streams. First section looks a little bit deep, but we're gonna whip on the mighty Crocs. Katie's gonna whip on her little sandals with us, close to camp anyway. A little bit of wet feet, shouldn't be too bad. And that spot over there just looks absolutely worth it. So we're gonna go for it. Might be a case of putting this nice camera away in the pack, and we'll get the GoPro out for this little crossing here. All right, let's do this. Let's get this done. My Crocs no longer have four-wheel drive, so hopefully they stay on. Oh, it's a bit brisk, eh, Mouse? You're doing good, buddy. Good boy. Good swim. Good swim, Mouse. Well, I don't know how that GoPro footage went. It looked like it died halfway through, so up the GoPro, I guess. That was pretty cold, but yeah, we'll carry on to that camp. And Mouse just has all his beans back. He was so tired on the way down. And then at Cone Hut, we gave him some food. Now look at him, all over the show. He loved that little swim, so we'll try to go warm him up. Mouse got quite cold in that river, and of course we forgot the towel, so I've got my thermal, which I don't think I'm going to need on this trip. We're going to dry him off, the poor little bugger. And while Katie tries to sort out Mouse and get him dry, we're going to review the Nemo Mayfly. So this is a new tent of ours. It's an ultralight tent. This is a 3-person tent, and the reason we went for the 3-person tent is with the dog there. It's me, Katie, and space for the dog. So that's why we've gone for the 3-person. I've still got my other tent, my MacPack one, the 2-1 from the episode up Taranaki. So I'm going to try this out. Here we go. Right, so we're going to start off with the footprint. Now, footprint just gives you a bit of extra protection on the ground, especially if there's quite a bit of moisture. We're lucky today; it's not very much moisture around. What there is around though is so many bloomin' sandflies. If you're from the South Island, you know what it's like, and it's probably way worse down there. We certainly had it when we were down there, but it's getting on my nerves just a little bit. But yeah, so footprint just sort of helps protect the bottom of the tent and keeps it a bit more waterproof as well. And just checking for any rocks. So I've got a little rock here, so I'm just going to pull it slightly further that way. And then what I like to do next, before I get the actual tent out, is I like to set up my poles. And that way, if it is a little bit windy, then you're not trying to fight both of them at the same time. Put that off to one side. Now grab your fly. Just clip it into these handy little feet here, and then secure all your little hooks onto these poles. And then you grab your pegs and just start pegging it down. And then you got your fly. Just sort of chuck it over. Not like that. More like that. And then these handy little clips, just turn the key and in there. Grab your last 2 pegs and then just tighten to suit. Just a bit of a pain with all these rocks around. Where my hit rock go? This one here. And there you have it, the wonderful Nemo Mayfly 3-person dome tent. Right, so that's the tent set up. We're gonna tuck into some quick dinner. We've got some steaks for dinner, and we might call it a night because we're losing light now. So these sandflies, we just want to get in the tent. So we'll kick back into it tomorrow. Right, so we've just woken up, we've packed down camp. Didn't film too much last night as Mouse is learning how to self-settle, and he was just barking up a storm, the poor bugger. So he's fine, but you know, he's tied up over there. His mum and dad are over here. Doesn't quite like it. He was just getting too tired. So Mouse, come here, buddy. Don't do that. And yeah, so we're gonna cross back this freezing cold river. And we're going to head down to another hut, have a bit of a lunch there, and then we're going to make our way back. So we'll kick into it on day 2. Okay, let's walk.
Kicking off the day with a river crossing was a surefire way to wake us up after a bad night's sleep, learning how to share a tent with the dog. However, the track to this next hut was a flat, easy one that only took about an hour. The track follows the river, and for the first time on this trip we actually had some semi-decent views. And these flats early morning I'm sure would be amazing for hunting. But before long we found ourselves at the hut.
Right, well, we have arrived at this hut. This is Tutuwai Hut, and yeah, absolutely gorgeous hut, this one. So Mouse did good. It's about an hour-ish from Cone Hut, so nice and easy journey. And we're about to tuck into some real meals. We found these on a previous episode and we're really enjoying them. So I've got the wilderness stew, and Katie has the oodles of noodles. So I didn't read that till now. Oodles of noodles, I like that. They've got cool names. Yeah, look, we're finding these really, really yummy. These aren't sponsored at all. Nothing is on this channel so far. So yeah, no, we're really enjoying these. So yeah, we're gonna park up for about an hour, eat these lovely meals, give Mouse a bit of a break as he is still quite young, and he needs a bit of a rest despite him being all bouncy and all over the show. So yeah, absolutely stunning location of this one. Turning out to be quite a cracker day, and yeah, let's check out this hut.
Tutuwai Hut is a little nicer than Cone Hut, starting with a nice deck out front and a woodshed next to the hut. Moving inside, we have a stainless steel tabletop and wooden bench seats, and 2 good sized benches for cooking. The little wood burner is placed right below the handy drying rack, and at each end of the hut we have 10 bunks for a total of 20.
This is something I've personally never seen before. I've seen these storage racks before for rifles, but this one here comes with, put your padlock on there, boom, gun safe through the trigger guard, rifle safe.
So this is the oodles and noodles review. It's actually really yum. It is a kid's meal, but it's great for a lunch or something like that, like a late breakfast for us. But actually has heaps of flavour, and it's better than just packed ramen, so get the kids meal.
Just honestly, one word, delicious. But no, in all seriousness, these are amazing. We've had lots of other brands before, but these ones, they just don't feel like a freeze-dried meal. They actually just feel like a meal. Like if I had this at home, I'd be really happy. So to have this out in the bush, I don't know what they're putting in these, but man, these are delicious. We're 100% sticking with these. And yeah, no, definitely the wilderness stew. I don't like pumpkin personally, but pumpkin's in here and this is still delicious. Just absolutely beautiful. Love them. So this episode's tip of the trip is you often have to boil your water before use in huts and also with rivers and things. So the tip is getting one of these filtration systems. They are absolutely awesome. If you're getting water from the river or water from the hut, you can see in this bottle here, I even have a few little bugs and things, whereas these filters, they just screw on. This holds about 3 litres. You can get smaller ones, bigger ones, more drink bottle ones. And then we use it to fill up our drink bottles again. So, and that filters 99.9% of the germs. So instead of having to boil your water and waiting for it to boil to start with, and then waiting for it to cool down to put in your bottle, you can just go straight from the tap to your bottle. And this one here also has a little cap. Unscrew it, and you can safely drink straight from the tap. Right, so we've had a good hour and a half at the hut, a good break. Enjoyed those meals. Mouse has had a quick little break, and yeah, we're gonna head back to Cone Hut now, and then we'll continue over the saddle, potentially. Just see how Mouse is going. As being a young dog, you know, there's a possibility he might get too tired, and he's our priority today, so we'll make sure that he's all good. But yeah, plan is I've got a bug. Oh, sand fly. Right, let's go to Cone Hut. Right, so we just got to Cone Hut, and Mr. Mouse was really struggling on that last part, and regardless of where we go now, it would be at least another 3 hours to any other camping spots. So we're being forced to stay here at the wonderful Cone Hut. But I've just took a quick scout around, and there is a place where we can camp, which will be a bit nicer. But yeah, not quite the plan. As usual, nothing ever seems to go to plan. But bit of a creepy one. But yeah, we'll set up the tent, and then might head down for some fishing. Right, so we've got camp pretty much set up. Katie's gonna have a little snooze. Mouse is just having a quick little snooze now too, which is pretty cute. And once he wakes up, we'll head down to the river and see if we can't catch ourselves a trout. But to be honest with you, I'm normally better at catching a cold than trout, so we'll see our luck today. Alright, so this is what we're looking for, these nice little pools in here. That's where the trout tend to sit, where the rapids push the food all the way down, and they sit in these nice cool pools and wait for the easy prey. I mean, it's a stunning location, but just give me a trout, you know, just something. There is actually a little bit of a secret to trout fishing. That secret is so secret, no one's actually ever told me. I mean, the scenery is gorgeous, so I can't complain on that front. I've fished in some much worse locations, but just no fish around here. Or I just don't know how to fish. Oh well, it's no trout today, but like I said, scenery like this, who can complain? Guess we've got to go back and tell the wife we've got nothing. How are you, love?
Good. Did you catch anything?
Mate, we got 5 trout, but they were all just far too big to carry. I've only got the trout license. I don't have shark license, so we didn't take any out.
Oh.
Right, well, so fishing isn't my strong suit, so might have to switch to something a bit more reliable for dinner.
that much.
As always, those real meals, I know I mentioned a lot, they are seriously that good. Absolutely love them. So we've got their nice full bellies. Mouse is starting to wind down a little bit now. And yeah, a little fact about this hut is it's actually the second oldest hut here in the Tararua Ranges, just behind, or just in front of, sorry, our field hut, which will be in a later episode as well. It's made out of old totara slabs, so the hut does look a little bit creepy, like in most of the photos and thumbnails you see around. But all in all, it's actually quite a nice hut. It's still got a lot of character, still made out of that real old wood. And yeah, it's not a scary hut at all, even though on the dock website, for me personally, it just looks a bit creepy. But yeah, real cool hut, glad we came. So might take a little bit of a nosy around, see if we can't see a bit of wildlife, and then we'll tuck into bed.
Right, I've got a quick tour of the tent. We've got a little mouse there, absolutely tuck it out. This tent's quite good. It's got lots of roof storage for a little light, little pockets in there for your phones or for your flashlight or your headlamp, and then that emits like a nicer colour out of it. So we'll test that out tonight. And most importantly, we've got this pocket here for the chocolate.
Though this is only the second night we've ever had in this tent, Mouse has managed to rip 2 holes in the fly, so hopefully he's a bit better behaved today.
Have you got anything to say, Mr. Mouse? No? Alright.
Right, so we've had a lovely night. Mouse was a little unruly in the night and was just not having it, looking at something outside the tent, was completely unsure what it was. So I thought, well, trust his judgment, undid it, and right there, the massive hind, big red deer sitting right there. So that was absolutely awesome. That's what he's designed to do, so it was awesome to see him, even in the tent, even sleeping, he's still working. So that's what we bought him for. But yeah, it's been a beautiful day. I've had a quick little breakfast and we're gonna start heading our way out. And this is actually such a cool hut. Like I said before, everyone makes it look a bit scary, but nothing to be scared about this one. It is gorgeous. I mean, look at this. I can make this hut look real scary, or I can make this hut look really nice. So it just depends on how people are perceiving it. But we're gonna head off into the lovely bush. Cicadas chirping, beautiful weather, gorgeous day, and thank you very much for watching.
As always, a massive thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. Leave a comment or even just a like. It all really helps a lot. Till then, happy tramping, and I'll see you in the next one.